Hi folks, and welcome to another edition of My Veg Garden. Today is Monday the 28th of March, so Easter Monday, so hope you're all having a wonderful Easter, folks. Just catching up on a few jobs, really been busy over the last week or so, so just trying to get all these jobs done. So it's an interesting update this time because it's a sort of, I've actually already done most of the videos. So what I'm going to do is I'll tell you now what the things that I've done. So I've been planting courgettes, cucumbers and sunflowers. Also been planting spring onions. I've replanted shallots. I've been planting some stuff outside. I've replanted my leeks because I think what happened with the leeks is they got too much. It was too dark at the time when they actually sprouted, so they actually went extremely leggy, and I decided when looking at them today, I thought, no, there's not really much point continue with them because they're just going to be terrible. So I thought, let's start again, give them a fighting chance, and then get on with them. So, right folks, so what I'll do is, as I say, I've done little slip bits, so you'll see several little jobs that I've done, and then what I'm now going to do at the very end of it, I'll show you an update of everything. So I'll be going the shed, the grow cabinet, show you around outside as well. So follow me on my little updates, and also at the update at the very end, folks. So folks, we're planting the onions at the moment, as you probably can see from this, and I'll just show you what I've done. Over there is just my little guide stick, so I know the spacing for them, and what I'm doing. Hopefully you can hear me because it keeps on blustering, a bit windy. So sorry if it's really noisy. So I've got this stick here, don't know what it is, I think it's about 44 by 44 possibly. Yeah, so what all I'm doing with this is, let me show you here. So putting it, I've got know where it's going to be. I'll put it down, it's about the roughly same mark, and I give it a little twist. When I do that, I find that it stops all the soil falling in. Let me do it again in this one. So here, all in the same spacing. So we plonk it in, give it a little twist, and that just stops soil. Now I'm going to try and do this one-handed and pop one of these in so you can see. Right, so that's what it looks like. Good root system there. So let's just take this one here. So this hole here, yeah. Let me just get it right. So all I'm doing is doing that, and actually then pushing down, and then just covering a little bit of soil over it, because sometimes the roots still sit at the top. So just push it in, get it nice, and there we go. And that's all there is to it. So I'll do some more other jobs. I'll get this finished, do some other jobs, and then I'll let you have a little look around near the end, folks. So we're in the middle of doing some more planting. I looked at my sort of chart, or my spreadsheet that says when things should be planted, so I thought I'll get these planted as well. Well, I've got some time off with it being Bank Holiday Monday, Easter Monday, so happy Easter to everyone. Here we go. Right, so I'm planting some more. What I've got here, you can see I've already planted some, so I'll show you what. Right, on the left hand pot we have got, let me just turn it around, we have got some FemSpot F1 cucumber. The reason why I like FemSpot is because I've found that they don't, the cucumbers I've had before, I think it was Telegraph that I have, that they didn't pollinate. Sorry, I'm trying to remember. I was going to say germinate, but that's not what it was. Pollinate very well. And the ones that did, I found were absolutely bitter as anything. So not enjoyable. And someone suggests try a female only. So I've tried FemSpot, and they're actually quite nice. So we're trying them again. So I've got 4 there. As you can see, they're planted ever so slightly on their side. But the reason why I was told that is, so if you plant them flat, so sorry. So you take that, and if you planted it that way, yeah, what can happen is the water just sits on it and actually rots the seed. Whereas if you do it on its, I'll now need to do it again, folks. Sorry, just bear with me a second. Oh. So we'll put it on its side again. So if you plant it that way, there's less surface area for the water just to sit on. so the likelihood is that they won't rot. No guarantee, but we'll do it. So that's my cucumber, my fem spot. In here, these are huge, as you can probably imagine, these are humongous seeds. That's because these ones here are my sunflower. These are sunflower Mongolian giant. Right, it reckons you can get up to 12 foot or 16 foot in height. Oh my word, if that does that, then I've got serious problems. But we're going to try it. It's just a little family challenge between Gregor, my wife Claire, and myself. So we're going to try them. So the last lot here, not planted them yet, but I'm about to. So you just need to bear with me. I've opened the packet. Oh, here's me trying to. This is a problem with trying to do multiple things. Right, so we're going to plant these. So I'm just going to show you how I plant them. So these are Black Beauty. Let me just show you the pack. I have to show you the pack, so then there's no. There you go, Black Beauty. I had tried an Italian variety last year, and they were absolutely terrible. They fruited very little at all, and I was really disappointed. And I love my courgettes. So here we go. So don't look at me monkey fingers, because I'm digging everywhere. So there we go. So all we do is, oh, I'll try and do it this way so you can actually see. Oh, let me just turn that around a little bit. So all I'm doing is, oh, can you see? Oh, there. Maybe I do it that way. So all I'm doing is putting it on its side, and then gently pushing it in like that. And what we will do is I've got a little sieve. Let me just show you. And what we'll do is we'll put some more of my compost. I've already riddled that. This is multi-purpose compost that's been riddled with my big riddle to bring it down to a lot finer. I'll put some more in there, and then I'll just riddle that on top to cover them, and then give them a water, and I'll pop them in the grow cabinet to keep them. No, sorry, these aren't going in the grow cabinet. There's no more room in the grow cabinet. I'll show you that at the end of the video, what's happening. So I'm going to put these, they're in this sort of here with a sort of propagator lid that goes on top of it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm also going to do, in the same way, there's going to be the 3 pots in one and 4 in another. So there's these 4 pots here. We're going to be doing some white Lisbon spring onions, because what I do is I put quite a few in each of these cells, and then what I do is then when it comes to planting them out, I give them a chance to grow, I take them out en masse out of the whole cell, and I plant them in a sort of trough type thing, so that they then grow as a bunch of spring onions or salad onions, whatever you want to call them. So that's it. So I'm just going to get these done. I'll show you what I've done already. I've done a few jobs, as you know, and I've had to do a bit of transplanting of stuff and fix some problems. So catch me in a second when I let you see what I've all done, a little tour and that, and then you can have a little update of what's been happening around My Veg Garden. So catch you in a second, folks. Right, folks, we're now going to pre-chip parsnips. I tried them once before, and I think the problem before was that I didn't keep an eye every day on the kitchen roll, so they then eventually they grew too quickly, and I then didn't manage to get it done. So I've got my bed prepared outside already. So what I'll do is I'm going to try this. I followed Mark Shepherd, I think it is, yeah, the Mark's allotment diary. He grows all sorts of very large vegetables, but he did pre-chitting of parsnips. So what we're going to do is we're going to pre-chit them. So what I've done is taken a seed tray, and I've lined it with a sheet of kitchen roll, as you can see. What I'm now going to do is just give this a little wet. Not much. Doesn't need to be. Right. So it doesn't need to be soaking. It just needs to be just damp to the touch, like that. You've got to be careful with some of the kitchen rolls, because they can be ones that are designed to really absorb lots of water. So you can sometimes they're not be dry enough, or another ones are probably generally the ones that are cheaper. Then you can actually make them too wet, because they just they don't absorb water, but they just saturate. So just got to be careful. So what we'll do is I'll try and do this while doing this. So the idea is about just placing some, oh, I see they're just too many together there. Let's just get this. So we'll just spread them out a bit more, like so. And the idea will be, we'll do them like that. I'll spread them over. I need about 60, I reckon, for the bed that I'm going to put them in. And I'll spread them out. Put the other sheet, cut it ever so slightly so it fits in nicely. Then I'll cover that with, sorry. Put the other sheet of kitchen roll on top. Wet that as well so it's damp, but not saturated. And then I'll put a propagator lid on it, and I'll just keep an eye on it each day. And then what I'll do is I'll have the bed ready, so any that are ready to be chitted, I'll get them into the space ready to go. So that's it. So I'll do that. As I say, there's still, this is a sort of little bits, little clips all married together because I'm doing little job, and I'm thinking I'll do a little video just to show you. I'm not going to go and give you 5 or 6 different videos. What I'll do is it will all be one big update all together. So this, as I say, this is me pre-chitting the parsnips. Oh, I've probably not even shown you the packet. So there's the packet again. White gem. Tried Gladiator last year. Didn't really like them that much, to be honest with you. So we're going for, because I found the growing of them wasn't great. So what we're going for is we are going for white gem, because I like white gem. So I just need to make sure I protect them later in the year, so they don't get canker and things like that on them. So so we'll do this. So I'll do this. As I say, there should be an update of everything I've done today at the end of the video. So catch me in a little while, folks. So hope you enjoyed the little updates of the different parts I've done. So what I'll do is I'll just show you inside at the very end. So we're inside the shed. This is a grow cabinet. Let me just show you what's happening inside the grow cabinet. So let me just bring you down here. I think I might just turn the temperature down a tad. Oops, it's really very warm just as it opened there. Just going to turn it down a little bit just so it's just not too warm. Right, so onions, the giant onions, sorry, let me just try and do this. Sorry folks. So giant onions, strange thing was the one at the very back there. That's right, yeah, the one at the very back. One seemed to be going, but now, oops, sorry, I also hold the phone. Brilliant, but the centre bit just sort of seems to have died away a bit. So I don't know what's happened there. See, that one looks pretty good. I know they're miles behind everyone else's, but that's the learning curve. These lights have certainly made a very, very big difference. So there we go. See, listen, they're all right. That one seems to be really good as well. There's a few that are really, that one there seems as if it's dying totally. Then there's another few that seem to be really doing. So what we'll do is in a few weeks time, hopefully we'll be able to pick probably four of them that are absolutely brilliant, and we'll just need to check how many I actually need for the show later in the year around August time. So we'll get the best ones in there and we'll plant them on. So right, so let's see what else is in the grow cabinet. In here is, they saw me doing the pre-chitting of, oh sorry folks, sorry, it's just a so little room. The pre-chitting of the parsnip seeds, so there they are in there. I'll check them every day just to make sure. Let me just stand up, folks, get really tight in the shed, I should say. So that's that. So on the left are my cherry tomatoes. They seem to be doing really good at the moment, as you can see. I'm really pleased with them. Next one, a lot of the sweet peppers. Remember, I can't remember which order, so 2 of them are California Wonder and 2 are Big Red, so that's fine. The other side are just my normal tomatoes, so medium size. So it'd be interesting to see what's happening to the tips of some of the leaves. See the way that they've all gone sort of died, shriveled. I don't know if I had underwatered them and they dried out really quickly or what. So there you go, folks. So that's inside the grow cabinet. Let me just close the door on the grow cabinet. Oh, sorry folks. Right, so inside the rest of the shed is, as you saw, we plant. These are my, do you remember which order? they're in, does that? Let me get me a bit of paper so I can, oh, I've left it, put it in the house in my haste. Right, so on, Fem Spot cucumbers. Next one is the Mongolian Giant sunflowers, and last one are the Black Beauty courgettes. Well remembered, Alistair. Sorry, oh, losing everything. Sorry, folks. And as you know, these ones here were the spring onions. So there's about 6 seeds or so in each of these modules, or cells, I should say, and we'll plant them out en masse. Right, so let's follow me, and we'll go inside the greenhouse. So, greenhouse, right, folks. Let you see what's happening. Right, so the shallots, I had to replant all of my shallots. They were looking really unhappy. They were, I think they were too shallow. The roots were too shallow in them. I've just given them a water and they've sucked it virtually all up, so I might just give them another water in a minute just to help them. So there, planted the shallots. I'd really wanted 36, but I've only got 24. So okay, the lettuce still plodding along. My brassicas, let me show you brassicas. So there we go there. So they still seem to be doing okay. I put them in here, the greenhouse at the moment, just to sort of harden them off ever so slightly, you know, rather than just be to give them a chance for when I go plant out, because I'm only going to be using 2 and 2 of them, to be honest, because the space I've got limited. So as you know, because I've cut in half the size space I've got, so I've really got to cut down on the quantity. So, but if I got 2 broccoli, 2 cauliflowers and 2 cabbages that were really good quality, sorry folks, just had a burp there. If I had 2 and 2 of good quality, I would be really happy. So we'll see how it goes. What else have we got? These were just some remaining giant onions. I just shoved them in there and popped them out here. No harm, just leave them. They seem to be okay. They seem to be, some of them seem to be as good. But interesting, that one's done the same. See the way that's just sort of died totally back. It's interesting that. So right, so let me show you. The broccoli still plodding on, so nothing major there. I'm trying to stay inside here because it's quite windy, so so what I've done since you last saw, apart from the big project, is I have raised those beds up, as you can see, with nice new decking. I find decking lasts a lot longer with my raised beds, and I had used larch before and it just rotted. The larch ones were only 1 year ahead of the other ones that are there, the ones that have got the sort of tan sort of colour, golden colour on them, and they've survived far better, the decking has, than the larch. The larch just rotted so much for being to be used as raised beds, so I prefer decking. So I've raised that one up. The one on the left will be my parsnip bed, the one on the right will be my brassica bed, because what I've done, the one on the left has got a whole load of new compost in it that I got from Wicks when I was ordering a whole load of building stuff. So I did a big order for that. I ordered 16 bags. So what was that? 70, 50, about 1200 litres of compost. So I had, because I had multiple jobs. So as I say, the brassica bed's on the left. I put a lot of soil that had been round all from doing the Playhouse for Gregor. I took a lot of that because that's where my beds were before. I've used that for the brassica. I thought I need stuff that's going to be really hold the roots really strong. And I thought so it's got about 5-6 inches on the top of that of really good soil in there. So that will help when I come to put them in there. So that's that. Let me show you the bed. Nothing happening in that one at the moment. That will eventually have one there that's empty. Will have leeks and shallots in it. So what I've done is planted out my onion sets. These are turbo onion sets, so they've all been planted out. The other jobs that I've done, I've planted my potatoes. You can see those black buckets. These are 30 litres. On UK Here We Grow, they were doing a deal with Oakland Garden Supplies, I think they're called. They they were doing a deal on it. I've had them for many years, and they make my life so much easier. So they're 30 litres. What I've done is I followed what Brian from UK Here We Grow had done. I'd done 1/3 of compost, then I put 2 seed potatoes, then I added another third, but then rotated the position of potatoes to the opposite position, so 90 degrees for both of them, so that in the next third, so I've actually got 4 seed potatoes in each of them. There's 11, the 9 to the left are all Maris Pear, and the one that's just hiding next to the wheelbarrow there has got International Kidney, or as we would probably know them as Jersey Royal. So what else is happening? Right, what I've done is, you probably know, I think I spoke before, I'd cut one of my blue barrels that I'd bought from a car boot sale in half, and what I've done is I've cut the other one. So what I've done is, the far away ones, you can see I've got to sand them. I'm going to try giant, not long ones, but giant carrots again. So you might be wondering why the hole's sticking out of there. Well, what I done was I filled them, and it was still very wet, the sand, when I filled it in, but it'd been really rainy, heavy, so I thought I'll just test it to see whether it'll come out in one, and it did. So I put it in the hole, and then I realised, well, it's probably a bit too early to be planting my carrots, because they're outside, they're not inside like a polyton or that. So I thought, oh damn. So I thought the best way to stop the sand collapsing is just put the pipe back in the hole that I'd created and just leave them. So I'll leave them there for probably another few weeks, and then I'll core them all out. I've already got the compost sorted, just need to add some nutrients to it, and we should be fine. So that's that. And those two will be my normal carrots. I'm doing Royal Chantenay. And then what I've done was I riddled the compost. I riddled what was that? In those two blue half barrels, there is 200 litres, 100 litres in each. It's about 210 litres a whole barrel, so 100 litres in each of them of riddled compost. So it was, I would say I probably got probably lost about 15% because of absolutely massive lumps. The odd stone, you know, no, didn't find any plastic, which is a normal thing. So I don't know what happened. So that's them. So I riddled them, and the stuff that I also riddled the stuff in preparation for doing the sand barrels for the carrots. What I did was I've double riddled them. So I riddled them with one size first of all, then I did them with another one in preparation. Right, folks, I think that's about it. It's going to be an absolutely gargantuan video. I'm sorry, folks. Right, so that's all. I'll just let you show you. Remember I said I had the really big project I've been busy with. So there we go. Let me just move back a bit. Move back. So that there, as you know, that had, in that area there was 4 raised beds that have now gone. Oh, sorry, my finger's in the road. 4 raised beds. That's now Gregor's Playhouse. So that was bought from Garden Buildings Direct. I built a base. You can't really see it. It's on breeze blocks. Then it's got a subframe to it to make sure there's plenty, because it needs to be level, because the garden slopes quite badly there. So nice level surface. Otherwise I'd have to have really built up, and the problem is the way the ground is, some bits are really soft, well, not really soft, but softer than the rest of it. So I thought if I laid slabs down, the chances are it might not be level, and I didn't want it rocking, whereas this way I've managed to get it nice and level. Right, with that part I'm going to be doing another video about the actual the playhouse. The playhouse that we've got here, including building all the stuff and putting the new fence in place and everything like that, and it's got a little decking area, a porch area as Gregor calls it, at the front. That there was purchased from money given to us by the One Family Foundation. I'll do a video about the playhouse and about One Family Foundation. One Family Foundation One Family themselves do trust funds and things like that, like a child trust fund, which Gregor has. But what they also do, the foundation part of One Family, also do grants, personal grants to people who would benefit from a little something extra, as well as they do community grants as well. You've got to naturally be a customer of One Family to be able to apply for it. And as I've mentioned before, Gregor's autistic, and this playhouse here will allow Gregor to have his own space. If things are too bad in the house and he's struggling with things, he then has a chance. He now knows this is his area, and he's already treated it. He knows it's his. It's got shelving in it. We're going to fill it with all his own stuff, so that he has his space that he can call his own. If things are too stressful in the house, then he has a place that he can go to just to have a little chill out, and that can just relax and be away from the sort of the environment that might be causing them problems. So I will do a video about that, and I said it is from, thankfully, to the One Family Foundation for giving us a grant that allowed us to actually provide Gregor with that. So right, I've gone on a bit. As I say, it'll be an absolute gargantuan. I think the video is probably going to be into the 20 odd minute marks, so I'm not sure. Right folks, let me just come this way, turn around so I can just hover on them. Right folks, no, I'll tell you what, we'll go inside the shed, because it's actually quieter in there. So right, and then I can just do that like that. Yeah, and you can see. Right. Oh, excuse me folks, sorry. Alright, thanks very much for watching folks. It's been quite a few weeks since my last video. As you see, you're really busy. It took a lot of work to do the playhouse, get the ground sorted, get all the timber cut, measured, to make sure that I had all the breeze blocks absolutely level so that it actually would fit, and so it was nice and level for when building the shed on it. Sorry, playhouse on it. So it really has been a while since my last video. I haven't really watched that many videos recently. Just every time I get a chance, something else crops up and I don't get a chance to do it. So I'd like to thank all the people who watched, or who have been watching my videos, commenting, subscribing. That I've got an apology to everyone who's maybe watched any of my videos in recent weeks. So I was messing about with the settings, and for some reason I managed to monetize my videos. That's not something that I actually planned to do. I think I was just, you know, when you're about messing, clicking on things, I was trying to get stats for what was done, and I think I actually clicked on the wrong stuff. So I've managed to undo it. So if you get one of these ads at the beginning or during the video, if you can let me know please, and I'll try and fix it, because it looks as if it put them on all the videos. I've told it to go off, which it says it's done, but it looks as if it's still on for my previous videos, and I've gradually started going through previous videos, taking them off. So if you come across a video, a new one, a fairly new one that's still got it on, if you can let me know and I'll get it removed, because I don't want to be feeding you ads. I'd rather you just watch my videos. So right folks, thanks very much. Yeah, as I say, I'm really grateful for all your things you're watching, your comments. I'm really grateful for quite a number of people who I've actually seen what they've done, and I'm following their advice. You know, people like I've watched Dan a lot. You know, I've watched Nora, Ian Nocton, Mark Shepherd of Mark's Allotment Diary, Peter Edwards, like Peter. I love watching his videos, and I take a lot of things, look at things and see what people are doing, grab them and see if I can improve what I'm doing. And I also want to say is a big thank you to the community at UK Here We Grow. Really good that you can post stuff, get advice, and that don't feel stupid for asking it. You know, no one ever makes you feel as if you're silly for asking something. That in some of the videos, you know, the 100-hour candles, all that sort of stuff, you know, is really helpful. So if you're ever interested, go to their website, which is www.ukherewegrow.com. You can go there. There's competitions to enter. There's a newsletter. There's the Facebook page. There's a YouTube channel. So go and visit the website, and you can actually get started if you're needing some advice and all that, or just want to ask a simple question. Then there are a lot of people that you want to do it with. Right, folks. Right, I've gone on. This video's at the very end, around is heading towards 18 minutes. I still got the intro at the beginning and all the bits of all the updates I did, so it's going to be a long video. So I would suggest that you'll probably be dying for a cuppa after watching this video. So thanks very much for watching, folks, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye just now.